So we will be starting here momentarily, accounting for Twitch delay. And I agree with Dracados here, no 0 HP. And we have got a start screen up in the Death Mountain. So already we are not getting a start screen near the beginning. So also we've got Shuffled Shops, the candle at 44 rupees. That is going to be good for them, especially if the extra candles flag is not shuffled.
At a 56 rupee cheap meat, so that's not too bad at all.
No, and also check out the item that I just picked up from the Armo statue. That is the any key. That is a huge item to find early because now both runners can avoid half of the early room drops in dungeons.
I got everything set up right.
So the one thing that you can see here is as we are in the shops, we are getting what we like to call community hints. So that guarantees at least one thing for our runners, that we do not have deceptive hints. However, what we do have there is the magic sword in its normal location in the grave. So that does tell us something. That tells us that there is the possibility, I don't know all the caves and stuff, of everything being shuffled. And we have the old man by the river telling us something like Binding of Isaac mod. That's always fun.
We do not have shuffled caves. I'm 85% certain of that now.
What we do have is shuffled shops, and that was the reason I wasn't sure if the caves were shuffled or not, because the shops themselves were shuffled. So with that information, though, we should be getting the wood sword right here on the start screen for K-Mac, and there it is, and extra candles is on. So with the non-shuffled overworld information, that does lend credence to the fact that this could potentially be a short seed. And unfortunately for K-Mac, getting sniped there by that blue Lionel as he was trying to take a look at, well, what's the HP at?
Now, as I'm looking at the overworld enemies, it looks like we do not have shuffled overworld enemies.
That is the same thing I'm getting. So no shuffled overworld, no shuffled overworld enemies. This could be this has the potential to be a quick seed, all things considered. Opting to go ahead and we've got random HP enemies because that blue Octorok is not going down easy. That's 5 and 6. That is a max HP overworld blue Octorok.
Ooh.
So bombs looking like they're not going to be
rough.
very easy to come by. Yeah, and it definitely looks like we have got a non-shuffled overworld. So we can tell you exactly where all of our dungeons are going to be located as soon as we figure out whether we're at first or second quest.
Don't start crashing on me again.
All right, well, while we get things sorted out here, we do have from K-Mac is normal palette, normal level 1. So we've got normal shapes, looks like normal dungeon enemies. This, again, has the potential to be a very fast seed, especially if K-Mac figures that out and realizes all he has to do is dig for the certain items here. This could be very, very quick.
Now, we do have shuffled dungeon contained within their own dungeon. We'll have to see if we find one of the unique rooms, like the triple bar room, to see if they're cross-dungeon shuffled.
Right, absolutely. And the other thing of note here, as you can see, is we have the compass in the Triforce room. So that means that there's a potential of the Triforces not being in their own room. And as you can see, that early any key already paying dividends, as K-Mac doesn't have to worry about just picking up the dungeon drops. But we do have 4 HP Wall Masters.
Ooh, that just slows everything down. Alright, I think everything is good now. My computer's finally awake enough.
See, just like people, the computers don't like Monday mornings. Or Sunday mornings, for that matter.
Ugh, the joys of early racing.
You know, you want to point out to everybody that the dude does, in fact, abide. Ooh, this is one of the worst things to see here. K-Mac has discovered that we have multiple HP keys. That is the absolute worst.
And I think what's even worse about that is the fastest way to kill them without axe is going to be bombed because they have more than 2 HP.
Yeah, because that means you can't even kill them with wand or white sword. One good note, though, is that the ropes do have a normal average set of HP, and by that I mean either 0 or 1, so they are at least easy to kill, as K-Mac is being bounced around by the boomerangs here on these gorillas.
I could see this being a seed where they could find the red candle early. It wouldn't be valuable just to not have to buy a candle, but also to help deal with the keys and all that.
Yeah, but the biggest thing they want to find early at this point is wand and white sword to increase their attack power. And
Absolutely.
We see the magical boomerang being found on K-Mac's side and wisely saying nope, 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 and nope some more. Unfortunately, speaking of nope, we have ChessJerk shaking his head nope as he is spinning around in a circle and phone percent in the background here.
So it's both of these players in level 1. Let's see. So they're still looking for that item on the ground. Well, ChessJerk's looking for both items, but the other item in level 1 is going to be a floor drop. And K-Mac might be bomb blocked.
Yeah, the enemy is not wanting to cooperate there, and ChessJerk getting a very, pardon the pun here, a very timely clock to kill that room of orange gorillas and continue on his way through the level. K-Mac, you're absolutely correct, does need a nice bomb drop here, and does find the Triforce room, and this confirms Triforces are not in their normal rooms. Also confirms
this is a nasty room to have a Triforce in with the higher HP keys.
Yeah, and the bubbles make this the worst.
Oh yeah. This is why I scramble my eggs, folks. So K-Mac has found his first piece of triangular cheese. He's got 7 more to go.
And K-Mac obviously unable to continue his search through level 1 without having access to bombs. So the good thing about level 1 is it's pretty easy to get to from pretty much anywhere except the start screen they actually have. So if K-Mac decides
once they get the ladder, it'll be a little easier.
Yeah. And the recorder, no matter what happens with the recorder, it'll always take them back to level 1, whether it's old or new dungeons. Level 1 will be easy to get to once they have the recorder. And no matter whether it's first or second quest overworld, the recorder is going to be required to get into a dungeon. And K-Mac does pick up his bombs there.
So it looks like both of these players will be able to go ahead and get the second item out of level 1.
Well, it has to be better than the first item.
Well, unless it's the book. That's the only item that could be worse.
Well, not necessarily, because in this case, they still don't have a candle right now, so book would still be, an option.
But then they'd have to find the wand, and then they'd feel guilty about picking up the book.
I have played in seeds where I've had to pick up the book because I had no fire source.
I have never actually seen that in any of these instances.
Trust me.
Which is weird.
Yeah, you feel very dirty when you do that, and K-Mac's going to feel very dirty about that, having 1 hit left in that blue gorilla and just decide, oh, I want to pinch it on the backside, and wait, that's not going to work. That just goes to show you, folks, don't pinch blue gorillas in the backside. It will not end well for you.
They don't like the lovely love tap. They'd rather a punch in the face.
We also have got ChessJerk also avoiding the blue boomerang here.
So we should now be able to see what this second item in 1 is.
Ooh, all hail! We have both bananas in level 1, and K-Mac doing the absolute correct choice and picking up the correct version.
This is the best level 1 we could have asked for.
I am not complaining about this at all.
I mean, the players probably would have liked something useful, but for us, it's great.
Absolutely. But technically that is very useful for their information, because now, all things considered, only 1 dungeon item assuming that we don't have Boomstick on, is going to be in the bad category, because now everything else is going to be something that they want to see for the most part. I mean, the worst things left are the book and potentially the red candle. Everything else is pretty good. And KMac opting to not pick up the candle and pick up the heart here. I like this call because he's already seen a candle shop pretty close to where they started, and it's 44 rupees, so I actually like this call a lot.
Oh yeah, anytime that I find an early candle shop, I'll always take either the heart or maybe the red potion out of the Take Any Cave, depending on how late in the seed it is.
And looks like we've got Vanilla First Quest as level 2 is going to be in its normal location. So this could be, finding dungeons is going to be very, very quick now.
So if that's the case, both players are going to want to look for the recorder and the raft early so that they can get access to level 4 and 7. And we have Wish Robes. Confirming enemy sets are shuffled. And level 2 is probably one of the worst dungeons to get Wizrobes in, besides the obvious 7 and 8. Simply because you have to kill things in order to potentially find that item. And you don't want to have to kill a room full of 6 blue Wizrobes to get rewarded with something like the book.
Yeah, no, never fun at all.
And based on where that compass points, we might actually have the Triforce in this dungeon guarded by Wizrobes.
That's never fun at all.
Well, not for the runners, but it is kind of for us because we get to see them work their Wizrobe fighting mechanics out.
Yeah, the one good thing though is with the unshuffled overworld here is they know where the white sword is at, so
however, we don't yet know what the white sword item is, and that could be something important like the recorder, the ladder. ChessjerkSDA is going to go ahead and pick up a candle. Definitely a good move at this point. He's close to 100 secret and one of the other bonus games. Meanwhile, KMac just picked up his second heart container, putting him up to a total of 5 and giving him an 83% chance to pick up the white sword item. ChessjerkSDA has entered level 3, and I'm starting to think that even though the dungeon rooms are shuffled, the rooms are not shuffled between dungeons. KMac opting to take an up an A. And the bow was in 2, is that correct? Yes, okay, I'm gonna go with that. So with the bow in level 2, thank you, Chad, for the information. That means that Doma blocks are no longer going to be as much of a potential block for KMac as he could go and purchase the arrows, and we have 5 HP orange Wizrobes. Ooh. Meanwhile, we have shoot on ChessjerkSDA side. Though he does find the corridor staircase and very quickly takes out that main handler. So I'm gonna say, oh, red candle in 3. And ChessjerkSDA's gonna pick it up. Having only wood sword and knowing that a lot of enemies have higher HP, I don't disagree with it. Plus, we're only not even 15 minutes into the race. Next, going to go ahead and pick up the check the white sword item. Does not get sniped by the Lionel on his way in, and it's the wand. And he can pick it up at 5 hearts. So the only way we'll know if the white sword hearts were shuffled is if Chester can pick it up at 4 if he goes to tech it. Ruble, I have not seen a boomstick yet, but I'm not sure if I've seen the expensive magic shield shop. Nope, we are confirmed not boomstick because we had the expensive magical shield of 175 rupees in that shop with a blue ring on the corner of the lake. Chessjerk's going to pick up a heart from a Taken Cave, while K-Mac goes ahead and goes into level 5. And I believe he does not have a candle yet. Alright, Chessjerk's going to go straight back into level 1, pick up the Triforce. And an early Triforce in level 5 for K-Mac, but he's going to skip it and go looking for the item. Definitely a good move at this point, as he still has no recorder and no raft. Goes in the staircase and finds the recorder in level 5. So now that K-Mac has the recorder and the Triforce out of 5, level 7 is open to him. And he also will be able to whistle back to any previous dungeons that he's been to already. Good call, given that it not only has the bow, but it's relatively fast. Not the fastest dungeon in the world because of wizards, but still pretty fast. Chessjerk's gonna go ahead and just grab the white sword item first before going into 2. And he will find the wand. Now, K-Mac will probably find the red candle here in level 3, which means you won't have to spend money on a candle. Which, given that it's vanilla first quest, money shouldn't be an issue anyway, but it still is going to be nice to have. Chessjerk has gone ahead and picked up the wand out of the white sword cave, and he's going to go to level 5. He'll be happy with what he finds there. No ladder blocks, very short dungeon. No issues at all there. We'll see how long it takes K-Mac to go through level 3. Finding a lot of bombs, though. So his bomb issues definitely are not a problem. Now, given that we're not in a boomstick seed, bomb upgrades are going to be fairly valuable. We have confirmed mixed tints? Okay, good to know. So what mixed tints are basically, you have a 50% chance of any hint being a community hint and a 50% chance of any hint being a helpful hint. Deceptive hints cannot be on in mixed. Deceptive hints can only be on if you have vanilla hints in the shops. ChessjerkSDA has put up the recorder in level 5. K-Mac's going to go back into level 3 for the item after picking up the Triforce. ChessjerkSDA will get this Triforce nice and quick. And then K-Mac will probably head to level 7, and ChessjerkSDA will probably go to level 2. That's what I'm guessing. Okay, Mac will find the item here. We do not have 0 boss HP, but it also looks like we have normal boss HP, which is fine. He's going to find that red candle. Definitely pick it up, given he does not have a candle at this point. And he'll probably head to 7? No, he's going to save. Interesting. He's going to go 6. His 6 isn't a Wizrobe set, he should have no problems with it. If it is a Wizrobe set, it might prove to take a little while. But, again, it's a smaller dungeon, so he's more likely to find the item quickly there than a 7. Looks like he's starting on the far right side of the dungeon. Never mind, I don't know what I'm talking about. ChessjerkSDA is in level 2, gonna find the unfortunate news that it is Wizrobes. Hopefully he'll be able to find the bow and Triforce nice and quick. Yes, K-Mac wants raft, and he also probably wants ladder to make sure he's not ladder blocked out of, say, 7 or 8. Or even 4. This 4 is pretty likely to be ladder blocked given how linear it starts out. And there's a couple of ladder blocking rooms such as the Chevy room and the River room. K-Mac has found one of the transport staircases in 6. And with level 6 being a Guerrilla set... Ooh, Guerrilla grumbles with the park container. He now knows he does not have to search for the item in 7 and that the ladder item is shuffled. Now, what that means is that he couldn't be looking for the ladder to get the ladder item, which could very well be the raft. And he is clear on the other side of the dungeon with that staircase, which means 6 is going to be nice and long, it seems. ChessjerkSDA having a little bit of troubles in level 2. Dealing with those Wizrobes, only wooden sword, no ring. It's pretty rough. Haven't quite had a chance yet to see what the Wizrobe HP looks like. But thankfully, due to those corner traps in that room, those enemies will never respawn. So, some things to note about enemy respawns in this game. If a room has traps in the corners or in the center, it can actually be in either. Or if a room has bubbles, if you fully clear the room out, the enemies will never respawn, because the bubbles and traps take priority over the other enemies. We could have an item room here on K-Mac's side, but he's going to opt to go north instead. He may come back for that. Find the Triforce. Of course, I didn't see if he went into a double block room. He may have at the very beginning of the dungeon. ChessjerkSDA has the Triforce in 2. We'll see if he gets the bow. He's going back for it. Meanwhile, K-Mac is continuing to work his way through 6, looking for that item. Gets a good bomb draft there to help him out. And we have the item room in level 6. The item is the ladder. So what this means is that there's no chance that he can be ladder blocked in the dungeon, and he can go check that postal item now that he knows that the heart container is in level 7, which means it has been shuffled. I would argue ladder in 6 is one of the best things he could have found there, just because of the chance of the raft being in 8 or on the coast, and it's not unreasonable for 8 to be ladder blocked. So we're still looking for silver arrows, red ring, raft, white sword, and one other thing, power bracelet. And we know that the raft and power bracelet are level 9. Current white sword cave has been checked by both players, and the he's now going into level 8 for himself. Meanwhile, ChessjerkSDA still looking for that O in level 2. And it is a Dark Note set, which with the wand is not too bad to deal with. But lots of HP on these red Dark Notes. So far, it seems. Yeah, they have more than their normal HP. They're at least 5 or 6. Yes, the raft now has to be in level 8 by process of elimination. It cannot be in level 9 because important items in 9 are not allowed, and it cannot be in level 4 because you would need the raft to get to the raft. And we could have an item right here, although he's got a sneak past his 4-headed Gliok, and that's always a fun challenge. Just face tanks it, finds a staircase to the rest of the dungeon, he's going to go ahead and take it. And it looks like ChessjerkSDA is also heading towards level 8. So, the only difference between these two players right now is KMac has completed level 6 and gotten the ladder, while ChessjerkSDA has not. Yes, ChessjerkSDA did just get the bow. We find a Goma shuddering in KMac, forcing him to take up an A. So now, the question that's probably running on both these players' minds is, where is the white sword, and are the silvers and such shuffled out of level 9? Now this will be interesting, because level 8 right now is semi-ladder block. There was that Chevy room to the north that you had to have the ladder to get through, but there's also the transport staircase. So we'll see if that Chevy room is required or not, and if it is, ChessjerkSDA is ladder blocked out of level 8. But if he can get around it using this staircase, then he will not be ladder blocked out of it. KMac picking up the map. And ChessjerkSDA going to go to the left here and see what he finds. He finds blue Donnie Darkos. Sorry, sometimes I call the Dark Notes Donnie Darkos. I don't know why. I just do.
Hey, that was a good movie.
You know, I haven't actually seen it.
Really?
Yes, it's on my list of like 100 movies to go and watch.
Well, I highly suggest watching it, but make sure we finish playing the Zelda game first. And I do want to apologize, everybody. As I was making the joke earlier about everything hating Sunday mornings, my computer decided to do the same thing. So I apologize. I hope I didn't miss too much. And my cat really hates me right now because I was taking it out on him and he tried to get some love.
So to give a brief recap of what happened while you were gone, KMac picked up the Triforces in everything except for level 7 and 8. ChessjerkSDA has done the same, except he has not gone to level 6 yet. Let's see. Item in level 6 was the ladder, item in level 7 was the heart container.
So and I know item in 2 was the bow, which means either 3 or 5 had the recorder, the other one had the red candle because raft is guaranteed to be here in 8.
Yes, 5 had the red candle, 3 had the... No, 5 had the recorder, 3 had the red candle. And raft has to be an 8. The coast item was found to be power bracelet, and... Yeah, the raft can't be in 4, because
Have we discovered the white sword item?
Yes, it was the wand.
Okay, so based on what the second item in 8 is, that will tell us about whether or not silver arrows and red ring have been shuffled to 9.
Yes. Unless, for some reason, the first item in 4 is red ring. And by the first item, I mean only item.
Yeah, but speaking of ew and items, did you see the item I just saw?
I'm seeing it now, the book. So with that, K-Mac now knows that he's definitely going to be finding the raft as his second item, and that either White Sword is a level 4, or it's buried deep in 9 if they happen to get shuffled and only one of them got shuffled out.
True, but either way, at this point, he's probably going to be looking for the item in 4 either way, just because White Sword or Silvers or Red Ring, all of them definitely good to have. One of them kind of more important than the others, but...
Yep. Also notes that the Red Riz Robes take more than 1 bomb to kill, so White Sword will be very helpful to deal with them at 9. Okay, not gonna clear this route out. Only gets a key for his efforts. And Aquamenus awaits by a lake. We also have confirmed that we have, I believe, mixed hints.
Yeah, by default, that would have to be. But there's the ever-elusive raft.
That's what K-Mac was looking for.
That's quite the spot to find it, too.
Yeah. ChessjerkSDA is going to have to take a little bit of a different way around because he doesn't have the ladder to go through that Chevy room. But it looks like the raft was not ladder blocked in level 8. And K-Mac taking a death.
And K-Mac saying, I'm good for right now.
What's interesting is he did not pick up the Triforce. So... once ChessjerkSDA grabs the Triforce in 8, which I'm imagining he's going to do, he'll be on even ground with K-Mac on that front because he still has not done 6 yet. Yeah,
but the, unfortunately taking a death in the room he needed to be in. Ugh.
The Easter Bunny's revenge. He waited a week. He needed to get his affairs in order first.
Nothing wrong with that, and we are going to be making our way over level 4 on K-Mac's side here.
And I haven't seen a bomb upgrade yet.
Neither have I, but then again, I've been gone for a bit, so I can't confirm or deny anything.
Well, level 5 was a 4-room level 5, so I imagine nobody's going to go look for a bomb upgrade in there.
See, 4-room level 5s are good, 4-room level 7s are better.
Well, yes, but given that we don't have cross-dungeon room shuffling, I doubt we're going to have a Triforce in the item room like I've seen a couple of times.
True, true. But speaking of Triforces, there's the Triforce in level 4. It is ladder block, so 6 is required to go to before level 4 here.
Hopefully, ChessjerkSDA will go to 6 soon, after he finishes out level 8. Even though 4 would be the logical next step, because of how likely it is to be ladder blocked in level 4, I imagine he'll want to find that ladder first.
I know given the situation that I would have, I would absolutely be going, yep, I'm going to 4 because that's smaller.
That's also true. K-Mac gonna pick up the arrows, grabbed the Triforce in 4, and did not go back in.
gambling on the fact that it's red ring and silver arrows in 9?
Maybe. He might also be thinking there's a chance for a Goma block, and I don't want to deal with that. Because it looks like he's also going to go and pick up the meat.
Because there's also a chance for grumble block.
Yep. And given that we do not have confirmed guys shuffled out of their normal dungeons, it's pretty likely we could see a grumble guy in level 7. Oh, a ladder block for Chessjerk from the compass.
Nope, not a ladder block at all. Just a diagonal room.
Okay. I saw us moving and I'm thinking, that's the Chevy room, but no, it's not a Chevy room. My mistake. Into level 7, K-Mac goes. And we find a Dig Dogger. Our first Dig Dogger of the race. So, Chessjerk probably just going to go straight for the Triforce at this point. Oh, wait! The Triforce is Goma block. Because I'm pretty sure that room that holds it has a Goma in there.
So that would explain the arrow purchase.
Yep. That's pushing K-Mac's lead to be even greater than it was before now.
And the old man, of course, requesting a shrubbery.
I don't have a shrubbery, but I have a bunch of crystals. Will that substitute?
No, I really want the shrubbery.
Bah! You old men in your shrubbery.
What? I'm Greenleaf, of course I want a shrubbery.
I just saw you hoarded bananas for a living.
Well, that too, but I need a shrubbery to divert people's attention from the tower of bananas behind me.
I was expecting you to say banana shrubbery. Just grow your bananas on those instead of banana trees. Do they even grow on trees? I'm pretty sure they do.
Welcome to Early Morning Zelda, where we've degenerated into talking about banana trees, everybody.
This is why when I do commentary when I'm either tired or early in the morning, it's great.
Some of the things I've degenerated into while doing commentary are also great, but speaking of degenerating, K-Mac is hoping this doesn't degenerate into all 33 rooms of level 7, because that would not be fun.
No, it would not, but at least it's not a Wizrobe set.
True, and at least Wizrobes don't use Ultima.
Although it does confirm Wizrobe's in level 9. Because I'm pretty sure the only Wizrobe set we've seen up to this point is the level 2.
Yeah, Wizrobes, never fun, especially with, all the extra HP they're going to have that they have in this seed, so, meh.
Medium secret is its normal 30 rupees.
Large secret was slightly below average, and I saw 96 there.
But really, that's not bad, given that there's 3 large secrets and they don't need a ton of money in this seed. Kind of... Josh looks like he's collecting money to get the blue ring.
Considering the way things have been going... Oh, and there's the Triforce for K-Mac. Beautiful find for him.
Yes. He now has 7 of the 8 Triforce pieces. Again, he has to go back to level 8 and kill that Goma to get the final Triforce piece he needs.
But all things considered, that's not bad, and you were correct. Chessjerk did go ahead and pick up the blue ring.
And Chessjerk knows he has a lot of money left if he needs to purchase arrows, so it's really not that big of a deal.
And what is
It's
that
actually probably a good purchase on his part.
Is him going to level 4 right now, and he about to be very, very disappointed.
Yes. Although once he realizes he's ladder blocked, I imagine he's going to go ahead and go straight to 6 to get that ladder. Because even though he doesn't know that the ladder's in there, you gotta think your choices are level 6 or level 7. You're going to go to 6 first.
In non-shapes, absolutely. In shapes, I would choose 7 because statistically speaking, 6 tends to be bigger in shapes. But in non-shapes, I'm going with the dragon over the demon.
Oh, yeah. Although shapes changes everything. What's that? You have 5 staircases? Oh, jeez.
Oh, my favorite thing though is when you get shapes and you get a 4-section level 1, so there's staircases galore.
Yep. Now, interesting to note, K-Mac did not pick up the compass that ChessjerkSDA did. So he's going to be clearing a lot of extra rooms in level 8. That'll give ChessjerkSDA a little bit of some time to catch up.
True, but at this point, I think the Triforce advantage is a little too much to overcome.
I'll say yes, unless level 9 is incredibly trolly to K-Mac and very easy for ChessjerkSDA. Which could happen. We've seen it before.
And ChessjerkSDA now coming to the realization of, crap, I need wooden planks.
Yep. So close to a ladderless seed, but alas.
And K-Mac now getting the compass and realizing, hey, I was just where I needed to go.
He's gonna find that Goma and be saying, well, it's a good thing about the arrows now, isn't it?
Yep. So we have an arrows required seed as well, which is a rarity normally, because usually, you don't need to worry about buying the arrows to kill things to get, Triforce, but a wooden arrows required seed, unless for some reason silvers were in 4. And
If silvers are in 4 and they're required, though, that would be very interesting. And ChessjerkSDA is going into 7 first. No!
Ooh. I understand the logic behind it, though, because the closest places you have to get to level 9 are levels 6 and 1. So why not make 6 the last place you do, so you can go right from there to 9? Logically, it is absolutely sound. It's unfortunately incorrect, but logically I can understand it. K-Mac now going ahead and going to pick up the, I'm going to guess a potion here. Yep.
Well, the only argument I would really have against that is you also have the whistle. So you can just whistle back to level 6 or 1 as soon as you're done whichever dungeon you're in anyway.
Oh no, 100% agreed, but logically speaking, if you don't have to play the whistle, then why?
Right. And I get that. So K-Mac's going to go to 9. Now, interesting that ChessjerkSDA is at 10 hearts, so he's at, I believe, a 10% chance to pick up mags?
20% if the shards are shuffled. So yeah, about 10%, because it's 50-50 to be shuffled or not. Then if it is shuffled, 20% on that. So this is why I don't do math and just serve drinks.
We have a normal 2-entry 9. No big surprises there.
Well, considering we have the skull, so the skill to kill the beast lies in northeast of skull. There we go. That's a beautiful hint for K-Mac to find super early.
Confirms that either White Sword... Well, I'm just going to go ahead and say White Sword's in 4.
I would agree with that bold statement.
And with that, I'm going to do a quick item recap. Level 1 had both the Lord Banana and the inferior model. Level 2 had the bow. Level 3 had the red candle. Level 4, we're saying at about 95% certainty, has the white sword. Level 5 has the recorder. Level 6 has the ladder. Level 7 has the heart container, which we know from hint. Level 8 had the book and the raft, leaving the red ring and silver arrows in 9. The ladder item was the power bracelet, the Armos item was the magical key, and the white sword item was the wand.
And there you have it. And K-Mac with a very, very pretty reverse clip there going to the diamond staircase. That's something I still have yet to be able to figure out how to do, but it's always pretty when you can figure out when it does it and you do it beautifully. And the hand wants a cheeseburger.
Interesting that K-Mac... Well, actually, I can understand him not wanting to clear that room out because of Twitch robes. If he cleared that room out and the shutter didn't open, he would know where Zelda is right from that. And that's something to note about Zelda's room. Zelda's room can only be found leaving from a one shutter door room. So if Ganon is required, any room that leads to Zelda is going to have one shutter door that does not open when you kill the enemies. If there's 2 shutter doors in a room, Zelda can't be adjacent to it unless Ganon's not required.
And ChessjerkSDA thankfully finding the workaround to the hungry, hungry hand.
Yes, indeed. So we still don't know if Ganon is required or not. The way we'll be able to tell is if we find Zelda or find the compass. Because if we find Zelda, then, well, he wasn't required. If we find the compasses that are short, or the door that doesn't open, he is required. With the compass going either way, it just tells the location of where Zelda is.
Ooh, K-Mac almost getting nipped in the butt there by that blue Wizro beam, but gets through the door just in the nick of time.
So I've got K-Mac's sound turned up a little bit to see if he hears Ganon.
Yeah, but from the looks of this, though, this level 9 does not seem to be cooperating as much as K-Mac wants it to. And ChessjerkSDA finding the Triforce in 7, but goes, I need items, so he's going to keep exploring, which unfortunately we know is the incorrect decision.
You know, that bait block has a room that there's only one way to get into. If the item is in that room, he could be thinking he's bait blocked from the ladder.
That would be the ultimate in trolling technology, but...
I mean, if it comes to that, he'll probably go ahead and just go to 6, then come back for the bait.
Yeah, if that's the case, you absolutely do that. You go, you finish up level 6, and then you figure out, do I have to come back here with the bait or not?
Yep. Especially given his money situation, because he's slowly creeping up on that bomb upgrade purchase.
Right, but if he doesn't have arrows, then... But
that's also
here's
true.
a staircase.
But does he know that he's arrow blocked?
He got the compass.
I'm gonna guess he does, because I imagine he's been in that room at least once.
But continuing our trek through both the skull and the demon, K-Mac has continuing his search for anything resembling Zelda, Ganon, getting the northeast, silver arrows, something, anything.
Anything besides wish robes.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it looks like, well, semi-fortunately, semi-unfortunately, the drop groups don't look to be shuffled. Which is good, because you know red robes are going to drop bombs. But it also removes the possibility of the keys from the buyers dropping bombs, which can get you a lot of bombs very quickly if you hit the counter right.
And ChessjerkSDA with a little sly smirk and a nod of his head as there was a secret in the tip of the nose, unfortunately not the secret he wanted to find.
Although he may go and check Magical Sword on his way to level 6 now.
Hey, that could be an advantage here, but I'm not able to talk apparently, so let's just forget what I'm trying to say.
It's early in the morning yet. Still-ish.
Ish.
It's 7 o'clock over on the East Coast, so that's really right.
You mean 10?
East Coast, West Coast, I can't talk either.
Directions are hard.
When people ask why I'm bad at this game, that's exactly why.
So apparently, directions are hard, as well as finding your way through both level 7 and 9, as both of our racers seem to be a little on the lost side.
Well, that would explain why K-Mac's on the left side of the dungeon and not the right.
Well, I think at this point he's staircase forced, so he's just been taking the staircase to try and figure out what the heck's going on here.
True. Very true. We have the banana jam, which unfortunately takes away one of the hints in level 9. And the 4 possible hints for level 9 are where the compass is, or not where the compass is, but what guards the compass, the area of the dungeon that Zelda's in, the area of the dungeon that Ganon's in, and the area of the dungeon that the silver arrows are in.
And we already got the silver arrow hint, which, of all the hints to get, that's probably the one you want to see when you're gambling on them. Although it's not necessarily a gamble in this situation, you were correct, ChessjerkSDA going to check the magical sword, which is the correct call. About a 75% chance, give or take, to get it right now. Oh no, it's shuffled eye!
Oh man! That's gotta hurt.
Oh, the trolling is real.
Just when you thought the seed was done trolling you. So K-Mac is in the right area of the skull to pick up the silvers.
The catch is going to be, of course, finding the correct room.
Yep. Finds a blue rupee. He now has 30 shots to take Ganon out with.
And the old man reminding us that we shouldn't be waking the windfish.
I don't know. Waking the windfish seems like a good idea in Link's Awakening at the time.
I love what K-Mac's doing right here. On half of Harvester Hats, feeling like this could be the silver arrows, getting the fairy, killing the blue land moas, but using the block clip to do it. I love that. And it is rewarded with the silver arrows. That was absolutely, technically brilliant right there to do that.
Absolutely. So with those, now he's just looking for Zelda and Ganon. And even then, he might not be looking for Ganon if Zelda's just, hey, I'm here.
Yeah, but the big thing is we don't know if Zelda and Ganon have just jumped out of their rooms. So the big thing to look for when searching for Zelda is keep going up.
Yep.
And there's the hint telling him Gorilla grumbles the heart container, and Chester's just like, oh, God. And there's the red ring to boot for K-Mac.
Wow. So both items right next to each other. That confirms White's third and 4 if we weren't sure before. So now there's really nothing that could stop K-Mac unless Ganon is just that trolly. But even then, I don't see that happening, given K-Mac's skill level.
I wouldn't put it past Ganon, though.
I mean, he probably was a pro wrestler in his past life before he became a pig. How else would the Hyrule Driver exist?
Announcers with nothing else better to do with their time than name things. Trust me, I do it all the time. Speaking of Ganon,
K-Mac hears him.
And Eyes of Skull have a secret.
Yep. There's Ganon in his normal room. That means there's a very high chance Zelda's going to be in her normal room.
Look at that wood sword stun lock that K-Mac has. That's absolutely beautiful.
I still don't have the timing for that down.
I just mash and hope it works.
That's what I do. So good news. Ganon's dead. Bad news. K-Mac has no bombs.
We also don't know where the princess is.
Well, that's a minor detail. The lack of bombs, I think, is the severe thing. Because you can know where the princess is, but if you're bomb blocked, you're still bomb blocked.
Yeah, I would say bombs are only a big deal if we're bomb blocked, though.
So which of the two is really the bigger deal? That's the question. Getting zapped by a wizard is the worst deal.
Yeah.
Let's just agree on that.
I mean, I would say that the bomb block is the bigger deal, but, you know, not knowing where the princess is could be a thing.
K-Mac killing the last jealousy goes through the block clip. Nice and stylish. I'd give it a 7 out of 10, though. You didn't do a reverse clip to kill the gel.
True. But we also have got level 6 here being an absolute pain for Chessjerk as he is still trying to find both the Triforce and the ladder.
Yep. Well, it looks like he's going to find the ladder pretty quick here. Wouldn't it be something if Zelda was in a traditional location in the other eye of the skull?
That would be something awesome for both eyes of the skull having a secret.
K-Mac's gonna check this area of the dungeon, which it looks like he hasn't been in yet.
And there is the ladder find for Chessjerk, so he's going to be happy now.
Yep. He's gonna go pick up the Triforce, go grab the Triforce in 4 real quick, and head over to 9.
Oh, well, unfortunately, Zelda's not in her traditional location. I was getting excited there for a second. I wanted to see it.
Now, if that was the compass, that would have been something else, too.
True, but there is the Triforce for Chessjerk out of 6, so he can now go back to 4, pick up that Triforce, go to 8, finish up that and make his way over to level 9.
Yep. K-Mac taking a beating from this patcher, though.
And then returning the favor in full. And there's the compass. Oh, she's right below Ganon's room!
Oh, wow. That's actually really close to start, too.
That's crazy. She was right below Ganon's room.
You could up an A. No, not. Yes, no,
Yeah,
yes.
All around that room, so he might be bomb blocked to get there, or it might be a magic staircase. Wow.
He's thinking bombs. He's heading out of the dungeon.
Yeah, because his guess is probably going to be, to get in there, it's going to be having to bomb up from that first room to the left and didn't find the room there. If that's the case, wow.
So now the question is, how long is it going to take him to get bombs?
If you're talking about exponential troll levels in the sense of Zelda, at least 3 or 4 more trips inside.
Now, what'll be interesting to see...
Or he can just do it and use the silver arrows. Excellent use of the silvers to kill the blue lion. Love that call here. And now, yeah, as long as these bombs work, we're okay. But if we were in magic staircase situation, let the fun begin.
I'm kind of hoping it's a magic staircase.
I thought I was the one who liked trolling.
No,
it's not. But
there's a bomb wall.
Ganon's not required. Oh my god!
Wow.
Ganon's not required. So this has the potential, if you go left, to be a very, very fast 9.
Yes. Looks like ChessjerkSDA is going to head back to level 8 to pick that Triforce up, I think. Maybe he's got to buy arrow first.
Yeah, he has to buy arrows first.
K-Mac is the winner, which I don't have the race
like
channel up to see what the official speedruns live time on that was.
Yeah, neither do I, unfortunately.
Well,
but ChessjerkSDA going ahead and picking up the heart container on the raft spot. Looks like he's banking on picking up that magic sword afterwards. Of course, we all know at this point it's going to be a 14-heart magical sword.
Oh, definitely. And he's going to check the coast item, too.
Might as well pick it up at this point.
It opens up the take-in roads. Looks like we have an official time of 56:24 for K-Mac.
And ChessjerkSDA opting to go back to whistle to 6 to try his luck again at the magical sword. I don't disagree with this play, especially now that he knows that K-Mac is done and he wants to make his finish as easy as possible. I don't disagree with this at all.
Oh, definitely not. Especially given that you know level 9 is going to be a Wizard dungeon.
Yeah, and that's going to absolutely, make things easier, not just in level 9, but also in level 8, making his way back over to King Goma. Or is it Queen Goma?
It is King Goma at this point. It's blocking the Triforce.
Oh, fair enough.
Anything that blocks the Triforce is a king. And also keys and manhandlers.
True.
They are the hardest enemies in this game.
I have on more than one occasion been sniped by a Keese on my way to Zelda.
And it sounds like we do have K-Mac here with us.
So how are you doing this morning, K-Mac?
Looks like you might still be getting this mic set up. ChessjerkSDA, did he buy the arrows? I don't think he bought the arrows yet. He's about to find himself Goma blocked.
Yeah, I don't remember him buying arrows, but again, I also missed about 20 minutes, so...
Oh, he didn't buy it during then.
Nope, he doesn't have arrows.
Nope. So he's got to go buy arrows now. Come back.
Hello.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey, K-Mac. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. I'm glad that I won. Happy for that. Zelda being 5 rooms from start and not Ganon required was a little frustrating, but either way, we won.
Yeah, that Zelda was so hidden that she wasn't hidden at
Yeah,
all.
she was right there. You just needed one bomb. Like when I got the compass, I was like, ah. She's right below Ganon, but in her room, so couldn't bomb in anyways from Ganon. But I didn't have any bombs, and yeah, finding that compass was nice. I would have been all over 9. That would have been one of the last places I looked. So I'm like, all right, I'm out of bombs, so I know I need a bomb for that section, and
Yep.
yeah, there she was.
We were starting to think it might have been a magical staircase too.
Yeah, I cleared all the staircases, so definitely one. And I knew it wasn't a magic staircase, so as soon as I got the compass, that's why I left and went and got a bomb. Because I knew it wasn't going to be a staircase. I'd covered all 6 corridors. Well, I ran through 5 corridors, and then I found the other 2 staircases that I didn't take. So I knew where those 2 led to each other.
Well, fair enough. One of the benefits of level 9 being its normal layout is you can know the exact count on staircases.
Exactly, it's 6, and then all 6 corridors and both items. And roughly about halfway through the run, I kind of went with arrows and red ring being in 9. And once I'd made that decision when I found red candle, and like, all right, this is where it's gonna be in 9. But
Yep.
was
And
not
that's
necessary.
So in the event that you weren't aware, the white sword was the item in 4, just by process of elimination.
Oh yeah, I figured that out, but I figured with the dungeons being in their normal spots, I didn't have a lot of time to dig around for that item, but it might have saved me a little bit of time. I could have went and dug for a few more hearts and went for magic sword, but
Yeah, but we just found out that magic sword was 13 hearts.
yeah, I wouldn't have dug 13 hearts.
I wouldn't either.
I think I had 8.
Definitely
And
not.
I took a potion, so I still had the raft heart. I still had the south coast heart to grab. There was a
And
heart
if you were
7.
really, really desperate, there was the heart container in 7.
That's the only hint I found all game. All that and where the silver arrows were in the northeast of Skull. Those are the only 2 hints. Useful hints as far as where items were on the whole run, but looking forward to the final round of Swiss. Hopefully get a good matchup and avoid that play-in tournament.
Yeah, I'm in the exact opposite. I need to win to get into the play-in tournament.
I'll know which of those 2 situations is later today, because I got a race coming up at 1.
That's going to be on speed gaming, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I believe I see it with
Yes.
Speed Gaming, then Jam has the other matches this afternoon, or this evening. From what I
His jam is at a class of some sort.
As to why someone has class on a Sunday morning, I'm a little
Right.
confused, but
Sunday classes. Good.
Well, when you factor in the fact that churches usually meet on Sunday mornings, I mean, it's a thing.
true. But I'm also a little confused as to what ChessJerk is doing here in 8, unless he hasn't found the second item yet, and he's looking for what we know to be the book.
That's probably what it is. You might be thinking white sword.
Why would he need white sword? He has mags.
Because completionism?
Well, even if
Or
you
he
go
might-
with completionism, the 100% rules say all you have to do is have the max upgrade. You don't have to get everything in between.
Well, then he's going for extreme 100%.
Well, he's going to find it right here and be very disappointed.
I mean, he's found the raft already, right?
Yes.
He's already been in and gotten the Triforce out of 4, although he did find himself ladder blocked when he first went in.
Do you have the recorder yet?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the last thing he needs. Is he doesn't even need the item here. He's got everything he needs.
Okay. I hope he has a much quicker 9 than I did. Hopefully, gets fortunate and bombs up. Goes left, bombs up, walks up.
Yeah, taking a look at that 9, though, I can tell you, like, I would have the same trouble with 9 that you did, because I would do the same thing, just go up first, and I don't go left unless I have to, so...
And I was also trying to conserve bombs as well, but I kind of burned a few real quick, and There was no doors. I was like, all right, just gonna go the path of least resistance.
You know, after looking at how the tournament stats have been, I'm almost wondering if it wouldn't be better to go up first on your first clear 9, and then after you go up, go left across the bottom.
It's not a bad idea.
Oh, and
I mean, covering column 7 or column G, I guess it would be, right?
That
G.
9, is it that 9 column that you start on, or the dash column?
you start on 9 because you can go into the blank column.
Okay.
But
And it
from the
looks
looks
like,
of it, yeah.
we have a forfeit from Chessjerk.
I know he had some obligations to do this afternoon, so he may be running out of time.
Yeah, fair enough. He also said that his biggest issue with this would be keeping the kids upstairs for the duration of the race. So family percent might have taken a toll here.
Right. Yeah, when we were discussing our getting our race scheduled yesterday, he said he had a birthday party to attend at some point today. He needed to do this kind of early, and well, this is about the only good time for our schedules over the next several days that we would have been able to get this in. So,
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
It's going
good.
I caught the end of what K-Mac was saying. That is pretty much the reason why I quit. I hear yelling upstairs, and my presence is required. So it's just as well. He played well. I did though.
Dad percent is the strongest percent.
Got it.
No, fair enough. Family is always more important. So go
It
ahead and
is.
take care of that.
Will do. Thanks a lot, guys, and good job, K-Mac. Good luck in the
you.
next round.
thank you. And
I will,
good luck to you as well.
Thank you. I will see you guys later.
Enjoy that birthday party.
Will do.
See ya. And we finally have had a commentary from me that isn't 5%. Huzzah.
Huzzah indeed.
Although I think I'm going to start that dryer up pretty soon, so yeah, dryer percent will be a thing today, just not in commentary, hopefully.
I think I'm gonna go back to bed.
I agree with K-Back.
I got to test out this PS4 controller and make sure it works for my race. Because I finally got it working with the emulator.
Ooh, I've tried, no PS4, but I've tried blocking with PS3 controller and screen wrapping. Not a fan.
Well, I figure if it's really bad, I'll just switch back to keyboard, but it's worth a shot at least.
Anyways, I appreciate the read stream. You guys getting up early and doing the commentary on short notice. I believe I didn't submit it until yesterday afternoon, so really thank you guys for that. Taking time out of your Sunday mornings to restream this race for us.
Thank you for giving us a good race.
Oh,
I mean,
you're welcome.
To get up early, do a race like this, and then go back to bed, it's a feat.
Right, and we will get it done. Be successful in going back to sleep. I'm going on about 4 hours, so I need to
Now you just got to get a PB on your sleep. That's all you got to do.
sleep PB. No, thank you.
Sleep PB is my favorite.
I want to do 100% run of sleep.
Nice.
Anyways, thank you guys for having me. I'm gonna jump out of here and enjoy the rest of your guys' days.
You do?
Thank you.
Sounds like fun. Thank you very much, K-Mac.
You're welcome.
So with that, that's going to be it for us right now. And I know we've got dryer percent going on over down in the Chateau Isolated before the 1 p.m. Eastern Time race is going to be over on Speed Gaming. But again, please make sure you check the schedule. We have got a cavalcade of races coming your way today. So please make sure you tune in for all of those.
Yes. And also make sure that you give all the runners a follow, all the commentators a follow, all the restreamers a follow, everybody that's working to make this happen. Please do give them a follow.
Absolutely. And with that, I do want to thank Game Boy F9 for doing all the tech work behind the scenes. Again, big shout outs to K-Mac and ChessJerk for taking care of the excellent running we had. And of course, my broadcast partner in the booth here, Isolated 999. And I am the Greenleaf Effect, so thank you all very much. And I would do my whole little blame spiel here, but that's no fun anymore. That's kind of outdated. So I'm just going to remind everybody to keep hailing. And we're going to be heading over to GamerCal, and there is a Link to the Past randomizer run happening. So we're going to go watch that.
You guys have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in a little bit.
Hi.